Hi there, I'm Betsy. In this video, I'm giving you a complete Zoom AI tutorial made just for beginners. I'll show you how Zoom AI can help before, during, and after your meetings. I'll also show you where to find these tools, how they work, and when you might want to use them in your Zoom meetings and webinars. So if you're brand new to Zoom AI, don't worry, just follow along, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to navigate with ease. Zoom AI is called AI Companion. Think of it as a virtual assistant built directly into your Zoom Workplace application. And its job is simple. It helps you spend less time on administrative work so that you have more time focusing on your people and your participants. So whether you are an educator or a coach or an entrepreneur, maybe you real estate instructors out there or my business owners, Zoom AI can help you stay organized and get more done. And don't forget to grab my free Zoom Mastery checklist in the description below. It's the same one I give to my Zoom Playground Club members to help them show up with confidence every time. So it all starts here inside your Zoom account. And we are on the Zoom web portal right now. You'll notice here on the left-hand side, these are all of your different features that are in your Zoom account. So make sure you log in. Depending on your Zoom account plan, you will see the features that apply. And the Zoom AI, which we have come to know as AI Companion, is integrated into your settings. So you want to make sure that it is enabled first. And we are down here, all the way down here under account management and then account settings. That's what you see when you are the admin of a paid Zoom account. So that's how this demonstration will lead you. If you have a free Zoom account, you will have certain versions of AI, and Zoom AI is incorporated even in your basic or free account. You just won't have all of the features that you're seeing here. And so a lot of this is to learn what is possible. And it starts here on the right-hand side of our screen. The category across the top from left to right is Zoom AI. And underneath that category, all on this side of the screen are the settings. And so it is a good idea to take the time to set up your meeting and look inside here first to see what is turned on and what is off. For instance, as we go through here, you'll see that there are features that are turned on, like conversational AI. This lets you interact with Zoom AI through what's called ZoomMate. And ZoomMate is one of the biggest developments in Zoom AI. So it's described as kind of like your AI teammate, and it can analyze and learn and act on your conversations to help you complete your work. And think about that for a moment. Instead of simply giving you information, ZoomMate can help you move forward. So for example, it can identify action items, it can organize meeting outcomes, it can help you create follow-up content, and it can connect information across your Zoom workspace. And hang tight, we're going to do a little demonstration, but what you're seeing here is that if you want those advantages, you need to make sure that this is turned on. Underneath there, you'll see that there's a specific setting, a separate setting in the checkbox to show the ZoomMate on your web navigation. So that would be in the web portal and also in your Zoom Workplace app navigation bar. And if you haven't already discovered that, Zoom is located both in your internet browser at zoom.com. That's where you log in and you see these, your settings. But there is also a Zoom Workplace application that you want to make sure is installed correctly and up to date on your computer. And if you want more information on how to make sure you have the most current version of Zoom Workplace, we have a video for that. And it's called Update Zoom in 2 Easy Steps. So yes, you can update it from your internet browser and get the application there. Make sure it's installed. Or if you have it installed already, you can go to your menu and run the update. And that video shows you how to do that. We will leave that link in the description below. In this next section, these are the settings that control whether you want your participants to be able to ask meeting questions with AI during your live meeting. There is a separate panel that comes up for your participants, and they can ask questions like they want AI to catch them up. Maybe they've had to step out of the room for a few minutes or more during your presentation, and they can ask AI to catch them up, or whether their name was mentioned. And this panel is available to them only if you make it. And these settings are what control it. So you can see not only do you have it on with the blue switches down the right-hand side, but then there are these check boxes and settings down the center. And you can see here who can ask questions about the meeting. So if you wanted to control it even more, you could say that it's only the host. So maybe it's there, but it's only for you to use. Or maybe you want the participants and the people who are invited, but only when they join. So you can control who gets access to this and how. And once you set it in here, it is set for all of your meetings going forward. So know that if there is one meeting where you need to change it, you need to come in here first before you start the meeting, save it, and then start the meeting. And then in this next section, there is a setting that says whether your meeting summary is turned on. So the meeting summary with AI is an automatic note taker, and you can have it so that it automatically starts when your meeting starts, and then it can also send an email to everyone. And again, if you don't want that to happen, if you want the notes for yourself, you can click in this little box underneath where it says include the summary text or don't include the summary text. And then furthermore, underneath there, it says who gets the email. Automatically share it with maybe only you. And so you're going to select it the way you want it to be, and you can control it here. Once you have ZoomMate and meeting summary turned on, then you can use them while you are in a live meeting or in between your live meetings. And this is how you do it. ZoomMate is located inside your Zoom web portal. On the left-hand sidebar here, if you go all the way up to the top, you'll see there where it says AI with a little new icon next to it. Once you click there, the ZoomMate opens up in a separate screen. And this screen is connected to many resources that you can add in for context. You can ask ZoomMate to prepare resources from a meeting. And this box here where it says add meeting context, you can click there and it actually goes out and sees all of the meetings that were in your scheduler. You can also add items or resources from your Zoom canvas, and you can even go to your Zoom chats. When you pick one of your resources for context or more than one resource, then it starts building the prompt for you. This is your teammate. You can ask it to schedule a meeting. You can ask it to review and complete tasks from a meeting. You can ask it to help understand any feedback that came from the meeting. You can even improve the meeting's effectiveness. On the left sidebar here inside the ZoomMate is a place where you can go to your files. Now your files will be created from the Zoom Hub, and stick with us. We're going to show you where that is as well. You can also get a demo. So Zoom has built in the demos here so you can discover what ZoomMate can do for you. And then you can see any of your scheduled tasks, your projects, and then anything you've done recently. So any of those recent prompts you can get back to under your recents. ZoomMate is included with all accounts, even the free or basic accounts. But sometimes inside this feature, you'll see, for instance, under suggestions, ZoomMate does use your memories about the conversations and meetings you've had to surface more important tasks for the day and help you complete them. And if you want that, you would have to upgrade. And when you click there, it does give you this comparison where if you upgrade to unlock more of the features of ZoomMate, you'll see that there is a monthly fee. Any of those meeting summaries that you set to be turned on, when the meeting is complete, those meeting notes and summaries will appear in your hub. So notice here on the left sidebar, you're going to click there where it says Hub. Again, has one of those new icons next to it. As of this recording, a lot of these AI features have just been included. You want to think of your hub as the home base for your AI experience inside Zoom. Instead of hunting around looking for your chats, your meetings, your recordings, your notes, and your documents, the Zoom AI Hub helps bring everything together. It's designed to help you find information faster and work more efficiently. So you might ask in your hub, what meetings do I have today? Or what action items are assigned to me? It's designed to help you find information faster and work more efficiently. Like for instance, on the left sidebar here, you can see some items. One of them says summaries. When you click there, using this list of summaries, you can compose documents of all different formats automatically using Zoom AI. And you can star them if they are important summaries that you need to find quickly. You can use the copy link button to paste this link into an email that you need your team to review. You can share it out in other ways other than email. You can also summarize the meeting summary with the summarize button, or you can ask AI about it. And then on the far right, there is a button, the 3-dot icon, which is the more menu. And when you click there, you can even, amongst many functions here, you can duplicate this as a doc. And when you click there, Zoom opens up an area which takes your meeting summaries and allows you to duplicate it and store it with your files. Now, these are files that are all stored in the cloud. And when you click duplicate, it gives you a real quick status at the bottom that it has been duplicated. And when you go to My Files on the left-hand side there, well, first of all of these different icons are color-coded so that you can see your folders, you can see your docs, you can see your clips and recordings, and they're all kept in one place. And if you click where it says the copy, that's the one that I made, you can click there and it opens up into this editor, which is, again, stored in your Zoom cloud. So all of this would be available to you from your Zoom web portal. Now, from here, you can simply make edits by just highlighting what you want to remove and typing what you want the title to be. So here we are inside a live Zoom meeting, and you're seeing what I see. So I am the host of this meeting. You can see the bar across the bottom of my screen. It has more tools because I am the host, and I can bring up Zoom AI inside a live meeting and ask questions. And so can you as a participant. So when you are participating in someone else's Zoom, you're going to look for this icon, that purple sort of diamond shaped icon. That's going to indicate Zoom AI is present in the meeting. Now, sometimes the host has not turned it on. Now you'll see the icon right up there in the top right corner. And when you click on it, it opens up this little panel and it tells you that the Zoom AI is on right now. And this part, this asking questions, also known as your AI companion, allows you to indicate as the host whether people can ask meeting questions, whether the meeting summary is being generated, whether there is a transcript being generated, and then whether you want to ask the question here. And when you click there, that sidebar does open up. And down below the sidebar right here does say, catch me up. So if I had stepped out of the meeting and I wanted it to catch me up, it tells me there's a summary between me and the person who is here. And there is some pre-recording planning that we discussed. And all of that text I can read and get caught up. If I wanted to ask it another question, I could do so. And this whole sidebar gives me the summary in a history as well. I can also start a new chat with the little pencil that is at the top right corner of that sidebar. And then I can even see if my name was mentioned, are there any action items, or even create a meeting note for me. So because I am using one of the Zoom AI features called My Notes, this is generating a transcript even as I speak. And My Notes is a way of, first of all, as the host, you can offer this to your participants to have a way of automatically taking their own notes. And then you can also type right below, whether you're the participant or the host, and you can add action items here. So if you want to manually add the items, you can do that here, like a little word processor in that sidebar. So this little white oval is a button, and it is showing us that it is active. It has a little ZM, little Zoom icon, and that tells us that My Notes, the transcript feature, is in progress. And you can use a little double arrow to open it up. That's where we were. And then you can even minimize the transcript or click out of it and it minimizes again. So that transcript runs the entire time that it is on and that you're in the live meeting. And it's very helpful. It captures everything that's been said so that you don't have to frantically take manual notes while the meeting is going on. So at this point, we have talked about what you do before the meeting with Zoom AI. You must go in and change your settings and look to see what is enabled so that if you need Zoom to do something for you during the meeting, using that panel inside the meeting, often called AI Companion, that name as of this recording is being renamed to Zoom AI. But what you really need to know about it, especially if you're brand new to Zoom AI, is that this this is the feature I recommend starting with. So what we just covered, the meeting summaries, the meeting notes. Meeting summary is automatically creating the meeting notes for you. And so it captures your discussion topics. It captures decisions and action items that you're saying in the meeting. And so you're going to make sure you enable meeting summary before you start. The other thing we talked about that happens during the meeting is that you can ask questions, and being able to ask the AI side panel questions, you're able to say, hey, catch me up. What did I miss? If you had to walk away or go on mute and leave your computer for even just 10 or 15 minutes, and you're wondering, what decisions have been made since I've been away from the presentation or even the meeting, maybe there's something being discussed. We also covered my notes, and during the meeting, you want to think about the meeting summary as the highlights, but you want to think of the AI notes, my notes, as the detailed notebook. And this gives you a more complete record of the conversation. So let's now move into the section where we talk about Zoom AI and what it can do for you after the meeting. And this involves recording. So of course, you're going to have your recording on during the meeting, but we're going to talk about what it can do for you after the meeting. So let's go take a look at the settings that you must have on in order to make this happen. So here we are at the Zoom web portal. You can see settings there in the left sidebar, but more importantly, look on the right-hand side. You've got these two categories. One of them is Zoom AI. That's where I'm going to show you how to make sure that your smart recordings are enabled so that when you're recording during a meeting, you can use those recordings after and use it to your benefit, because the AI is going to give you highlights and smart chapters that you can utilize so easily. It uses the transcript in order to make those highlights. But that other category where it says recording, that's where you set the settings for whether you're going to record locally or in the cloud. And if you are listening to this right now and you're thinking, I need to learn about that, that is the one thing I wanted to make sure because my recordings are not coming out right, or I'm just about to host my own Zoom for the first time and I want to make sure I do this properly and efficiently. So we've got a YouTube video on our Zoom Playground channel, which is all about the 4 ways to record in Zoom. And I'll put the link to that video in the description below. So we start with this first category, the Zoom AI settings. And as we mentioned earlier, the first area is all about what happens during the meeting, your meeting notes, your meeting summaries. But as you go down a little further, there's a section on Zoom chat. So you can use AI inside the chat to help formulate your responses and also to help with workflows. The area under there is for recording. And you can see each of these sections has this gray bar. So you can see the areas visually are separated on this screen because there's a lot of settings as you follow along. All right, so in this section, make sure that if you want these smart recordings, that you have it enabled. And then also you're going to see that you get highlights, smart chapters with a summary, and next steps. And here we go. I'm going to show you what that looks like on an actual recording that I took. But before we go there, notice the next setting. It says voice recorder with AI. Make sure you have that turned on. You can use this feature from your phone. It allows you to use a transcript and the My Notes feature and record your voice when you're in person. So yes, you can be using the Zoom platform. This Zoom Workplace app is your business communication platform, and you can use that now in person. Record a conversation that the person knows you're recording, and you'll get a transcript of that meeting or event afterwards. The next section is for clips, Zoom clips, that is. Zoom clips is a feature inside Zoom included in your account that allows you to record when you're not in a live meeting. And then you can use AI to help you with the description of that clip, what you said during that clip, and it's all done for you. So make sure those are enabled if you're going to be using that feature. And we do have a video on our Zoom Playground channel on how to use Zoom clips as well. Here it is, the My Notes feature. So this is where you're going to utilize the transcript and take notes, that AI notebook that you can build while you're in a live meeting. And you get a panel on the screen and you can add your own notes manually or take the notes directly from the transcript. As we finish out the screen, there is Zoom AI built into whiteboards. You also have the hub as we looked at earlier. The Zoom Canvas is where you do your Zoom docs. And then finishing it out, we have Zoom paper, Zoom sheets, and Zoom slides. slides, as well as Zoom tasks. So these are ways to use productivity tools inside Zoom, and it utilizes what you're talking about right in your live meetings. So it takes the conversation, the meeting notes, and the summary and the next steps, and it allows you to take that data and create these resources with a whole productivity tool suite. And here we are to take a look at those smart recordings that you get with Zoom AI. You're going to be in your Zoom web portal, and now you can see on the left sidebar, we are in recordings and transcripts. And on the right-hand side, you see all of your recordings that you've recorded to the cloud. When I click on one of them, it brings me into the thumbnail as well as all of the different MP4 files that are included based on my settings. So I can get speaker view, I can get gallery view with shared screen, I can get speaker view with shared screen, as well as the highlights. And you'll see right under the thumbnail, it says watch highlights. And when I click the thumbnail, it brings me into the recording with the highlights shown on the right-hand side of the screen. And they are highlighted. So what AI has done here for me, Zoom AI worked for me when I was recording this live class. It was a master class I was teaching. It was listening and creating that transcript. And then the highlights were generated automatically for me. And from here, I can take the highlights and send them directly into my Zoom Clips library. And you'll see that feature right up there in the top right corner. So Zoom AI built right into your recordings features, giving you smart recordings, which give you highlights, as well as when I scroll down a little bit underneath, you've got these automatic chapters. So it listens to when you are changing subject into a new chapter. So if you have a long class, 1 hour or 2 hours, this automatically portions it up so that you can share it properly. If you want to share the entire recording, you can do that. If you want to share just one chapter, you can do that easily too. And here we are inside the Zoom chat. So Zoom AI now, if you enabled it over there in the settings, is available to you here in the chat. Now, the chat I'm talking about is the chat that is active all the time, not just in a live meeting. You even get this chat in between live meetings. And that's what's great about it, because it allows you to communicate instead of communicating to a group of people with like all of their cell phone numbers and creating a massive text thread. You can come in here and create a channel. You can chat with one person at a time or a group. Now, AI is built in. So when I come down here to compose a message right here at the bottom, I can use that plus sign to help me bring up AI. Now in the menu, the top item there says compose with AI, and then it brings up a menu of options. So if I needed some ideas, I could write a quick thank you note and then hit the button to send the prompt. And then it says, thanks so much. I really appreciate your help. That's a simple example, but you're seeing that it can just insert that directly in and then you send it. If you wanted something a little more advanced, you compose with AI, and then it can be create a brief introduction for me and then send that prompt. And now it's generating that brief introduction. Hi, I am Betsy Sabatini, and I'm here to help make your Zoom experience smoother and more effective. And I could insert it. I could retry it. So now it's generating it again, or I could refine it. So I could improve the writing. I could make it shorter, make it longer. I could change the tone, maybe more formal or maybe more persuasive, and it changes the prompt. I help people show up with more confidence and get better results in every virtual meeting as a Zoom coach, or now as a Zoom MVP. And that's your beginner's guide to Zoom AI. Start with just one feature. Practice it this week. And before you know it, you'll be saving time before, during, and after every meeting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.